Today we're going to talk about the workplace arrangement. The most important thing is that everything should be in order. When you start sewing an item, it should lay on a clean table but not in chaos with the offcuts and other items. Clothes also need respect. When all the pieces are placed in the room randomly, you can't do anything fast. If you want to make the clothes of the good quality, your workplace should be in order. Here's my sewing machine. Imagine that I'm getting ready to work. These are, for example, the items I'm going to sew. Now look at my workplace arrangement. If the machine is here, the light should be at that side. You should have only the things you need on the table, and everything should be in order. Here's the item I'm going to sew, a belt for a coat. Here's the foot pedal, knee lifter, switch. You already know how to work with the sewing machine. Alexander showed you that. Here are the extra bobbins. You should always have a screwdriver here to change the foot. Of course, you're not going to repair anything with it. A mechanic should do it. But you need to be able to change a foot. Imagine you don't have it and you need to change a foot. You walk around the studio searching, the time is going, the customer is waiting for a coat, and you're looking for a screwdriver. You should always have it at hand. Now have a look here. These are the threads we're going to work with. Extra feet. Natasha works with leather a lot, so these are the feet for the leather. These are the feet for sewing the zippers in. One-sided zipper, hidden zipper. Here's a piece of chalk. I want you to understand how good it is to work when everything is at hand. You need to change a foot. You just take a screwdriver, take another foot, change it, and put the previous foot here. Put the pins by your right side. The scissors should also be put by your right hand, if you are not a left-handed person, of course. You work, then cut the threads, and put the scissors back. Don't put them anywhere but here, or you will be frustrated looking for them. You should always have a ruler beside you, here or on the other side of the table. When sewing an item, a tailor tacks a lot. Bespoke tailoring always requires a lot of handwork. I tell everyone to put a needle in such a big spool of thread. You can place it anywhere on the table. The point is that it should be easily noticed. You can lose the small spool, but not the big one. When you need to tack, just take it, cut a piece of thread, and put the needle back and put it aside. Very convenient. No offcuts, no extra spools. Everything should be in order and at hand. Easy to switch on, to pull up. The bobbins are here, the pins here. Teeth, screws, scissors, seam ripper, thread for tacking, the ruler, that's all we need. We have two big clips here. I didn't even know what they are for. And then the girls told me that they just don't want to pull the thread through such a small hole each time. So they used these clips. Here's the duct tape. We need it for the patterns and for the leather items. My workplace looks empty, but at the same time I have everything needed here. Let's move on to the tailor's table. It has a shelf for the things we don't need now. The main rule of the tailor's table is that we should have only the thing we are working at here. Don't put all the clothes you have here, even if you're working at 15 items now. We have the hangers and the shelves and the cutting tables for them. You can only have one item on the tailor's table. We're sewing a coat now, that's why we have it here. Just imagine, the tailor starts working, scissors are here, the item is here, the table is clean, no offcuts, pleasure to work. Of course, you should also have an iron and overlock in your workplace, but we have these things for several people in the studio. Remember that you should clean your workplace each time. The main rule of the tailor's table is that there should be just one item. We don't let our tailors have more than one thing at the table. I told you about the sewing machine and the tailor's table. The tailor's table should be comfortable to work at. We have good tables in the studio. It shouldn't be too big or too small. It should be comfortable to tack an item and to take it out, lay the item here, do some handwork. You should feel comfortable here. We usually put the tables along the rows, but this one is also okay. Now let's have a look at the cutting table. This one is 1 meter 10 by 1 meter 85. We have a bigger table there. This one is enough to cut out the women's individual designs. If we need to cut out some slant dresses or skirts, we just move to that table. I think this one is enough. We have bigger tables there too. Some people say that we need huge cutting table, but I don't understand what for. I don't think it's necessary to put a table which is as huge as the room and pay rent for it. Those of you who have big houses with a special room for sewing, of course can buy a huge table. But in the studio, everything should be viable. I also have a shelf here, my phone, pen, pencil to draw a pattern, a calculator here, a ruler, very handy. We received a lot of questions about the workplace arrangement, so I was very glad to show it to you today. Вы Апаукшта Ирина Михайловна, goodbye.